Yeah. Also, in interesting news, I wanted to roast Bill Gates a little bit here.
Oh, fuck Bill Gates. I'm happy to do that anytime.
Yeah, same. So Bill Gates is currently promoting his new book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, the Solutions We Have and the Breakthroughs We Need. And of course, on the surface, that sounds great. You know, yay, you're supporting
eco-fascism.
But yeah, Bill Gates promotes his new book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, the Solutions We Have and the Breakthroughs We Need. So yeah, Bill Gates is going around hawking his fucking book.
Tune in for the Vanguard Book Club.
Yeah. Yeah, hold up. And I'm trying to get this one other story pulled up, guys, because I thought this was so funny. I saw this like earlier last year, I think. Or an example of Bill Gates' climate advocacy. Some of the innovation that he's already providing is a $500 million hydrogen-fueled eco super yacht. This is a true innovation, guys. This yacht that he ordered, or had commissioned rather, $500 million, a 112-meter luxury vessel, will be the world's first hydrogen-powered super yacht. So it won't be so bad on the planet. Billionaires can now, yacht around and without feeling so bad about burning so many fossil fuels in the process.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's fucking hilarious. I can't even believe that this is real.
I know, right? And think about how much $500 million, like how much that could go towards, actual green technology innovation that doesn't involve.
I can't even believe that this is real.
If you need a fucking reason to tax the goddamn rich, here's one right here, guys. No one needs a $500 million yacht of any kind. I mean, obviously it's better that it's hydrogen fueled, but still, like, come on, man. How could anyone spend $500 million on anything without feeling a little bit
he earned that money, Gavin. He did, just like Michael Bloomberg. He worked hard for that money. Fuck the fact that he came from an extremely privileged family and that he basically robbed the idea from somebody else and
then forced literally almost every computer company to carry Microsoft and made it
Well, that was because of a deal that he made with IBM that basically made him a billionaire. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. He basically destroyed the ability for like third parties to sculpt the internet to their design, because he just forced everyone on Microsoft, essentially all the corporations that were controlling the internet access. I'm no expert in that shit, but from what I understand, it was a not very
I read actually a really good synthesis of that I don't want to butcher. But when I read that dude's book Chaos Monkeys, which I read just as like an interesting insight into like somebody who'd been into the fucking belly of the beast in Silicon Valley, and he basically like just rips Bill Gates' ass and talks about how he's like did all of these corrupt things to establish Microsoft as the top of the line. And anyway.
Also, here's a quick clip that I thought might be relevant too while we're on the topic of Mr. Gates. This is, I believe, Thomas Piketty.
Yeah, Thomas Piketty's dope.
Yeah, he is.
I remember Warren Buffett, told us one day that his secretary was paying a higher effective income tax rate than he's paying. So you cannot just wait for private philanthropy to fix the problem. I think private philanthropy is perfectly fine if it comes in addition to taxation. But if it comes instead of taxation, it can become it's difficult to organize society.
But come on, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg gives 99% of his shares
to himself.
How do you mean to himself?
Well, he keeps the control of the foundation. If you want to give, if you want to call this philanthropic giving, I think it's important that you don't keep control. If you keep control,
you might be controlling it to give away. I mean, that's fair, isn't it? Come on, that's fair enough.
Well, this is the perfect situation.
I control which charities I give my money to.
Yeah, but
I don't have a foundation, but I would like to think I make the decision.
No, but look, we have to be serious about what's public interest and what's private interest. I think in many countries, in order to call this philanthropic giving to a public interest charities, then you must lose any control right in the organization.
Really?
If you are, of course, if you are chairman of the board, if your wife is in the board, if your family is in the board, is this really a disinterested gift?
Bill Gates, not philanthropy, the Gates Foundation.
Well, I think it
trying to cure polio.
I think it would be much more convincing.
Well, polio had already been cured by somebody else. I just want to put that out there.
Keep control rights. This is the best situation you can think of as a billionaire, because when you're a billionaire, you cannot spend it all just on your food or clothes. So you have to do something. Isn't it the best situation that the entire planet, is going to come and ask you, oh, Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. Bill Gates, would you like to finance this health program, this education program? So I can see why for them this is the best possible situation. Now, in terms of organizing an health system, an efficient health system, an efficient education system? The interesting question is what works. And the interesting question is what has worked historically, in order to increase literacy, to increase life expectancy. Is this by having a health system, an NHS organized by billionaires, or is it by having an health system and an education system organized by some collective, government and elections? And
God, I can't imagine what a healthcare system organized by billionaires would look like.